Welcome to your second training session. This is the session that actually gets into some of the how-tos. How do I add a discussion topic to my class? How do I add a Dropbox item to my class? How do I add a module called Week 1, Week 2, or Important Documents? We're going to start out by going into a class that we've got set up, which may be similar to what you have. There's really nothing in this course other than a couple of sample items I've placed in here to help speed this training along. When we saw our first little training module, we had a lot of modules over here called Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, Week 4, Week 5, Week 6, Week 7, Week 8, and one called Important Documents. As you can see, there's nothing in this course. The way we're going to add these modules is simply click in the box, and we're going to type something called Week 1, press the Enter key. There's our first module. Repeat Week 2, press the Enter key. We have our second module. We'll do one more called Important Documents and press the Enter key. Now they're out of order. Important documents might need to go at the top of the list, followed by the weeks. So how do we move it? Over on the left, you may not be able to see it on this video, there are three small lines. When you mouse over it, your cursor changes to a 4-arrow cursor. Simply mouse over it, click, and drag it to the top of the list. We now have it where we need it. Okay. Now we want to add some content to these modules. So for example, in Week 1 we have nothing, but we want to add something. One of the easiest ways to do this is to go into the other areas of the course and add the material there, and then simply link to it by clicking on Add Existing Activities. Let me give you an example. Let's say we want to go into the Dropbox. Now I've already uploaded one category called Week 1 Definitions. Let's say you want to do something similar. We will simply add a new folder. We will call it Week 2 Definitions. We will come down to the bottom of the page and we're going to add a file. We have a list of definitions that we've created for this course. Give me just a second to find it on my computer. Click to the file, click Add. We now have it attached. We simply do Save and Close. Now we have Week 1 and Week 2 definitions. We could do the same thing with the discussions. I've already got a Week 1 discussion in here. If we want to add a Week 2, we're going to do two things. First, we're going to set up a forum. A forum is simply a folder, and we'll call it Week 2 Discussions. We're going to do Save. Maybe you can see it at the bottom here. Save and add topic. Our topic will be marketing strategies. In the description, this is where we add the question we want to ask the students. Simply scroll down. You can add availability dates. We could get into some of these other topics later, but let's just do a save and close. We now have a Week 1 discussions, Week 2 discussions with a couple of topics. Now, pulling it all together. Let's go back to the content area at the top. Let's go to Week 1. And as I said, if it's already in the class, you simply add existing activities. So we're going to click Add Existing Activities, and we want to add a Dropbox. Here is our Week 1 definitions. Since we're in Week 1, we go ahead and click this, and we now have that added to Week 1. If we want to go ahead and add our discussions, we simply click Add Existing Activities, Discussions, Week 1 Discussions, and we can do Introductions. We can go back, add another discussion, Week 1, Retail Trends. We can do the same thing with Week 2. Add Existing Activities, Dropbox, Week 2 Definitions. There it is. Add Existing Activities, Discussions. This time we're going to Week 2, and we have marketing strategies. That's how you add content into your various modules that you have in the course. That concludes this training session.